everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's such a pleasure to be here. I was actually intending to record the podcast, but things fell apart because my guest had some problems and she couldn't come in. So I was like, okay, I'm wearing this makeup and this beautiful thrift store find. So I might as well record a video for you. There was a lot of changes on the channel, so I already did a video explaining where I am at the moment with BDSM. So I decided to maybe talk about polyamory as well, which might be interesting. And this might take a while, actually, this video, because I have so much to say on this topic, and I might not make some people happy. But anyways, here we go. I've been living a polyamorous lifestyle for a couple of years. And then I kind of got fed up with it. I was quite disappointed in the community, and also I just felt completely drained from all the one-time dates and brief relationships, and I just realized that's not really my thing. And maybe I should go back all the way to the beginning, actually, how I learned about polyamory and what made me think that I might classify as polyamorous. So it was actually around, let's say, 15 years ago. Let's round it up to there. Probably was more. When I started taking therapies, and it was body oriented psychotherapy, which I ended up studying after that. And one of the teachers was actually polyamorous. So that was the first time I actually learned the term. Years before, I used to struggle with things like being in a relationship and falling in love with other people, while still being in love with my current partner. I actually never had a real explanation for that, apart from thinking that I'm a bad person. So I spent many years prior to that feeling like a bad person. I was from a family where my father was cheating on my mom throughout the entire life, and even a brief thought that I might be like my father really traumatized me entirely. So I spent years and years thinking, right, I need to decide on one person and that's it, and nothing else can work. I was also very misfortunate in finding partners that were very possessive. And I do have sort of this, probably, I don't know, energetical match with partners that want me just from themselves. It's okay. I get it. That sounded very narcissist. What the hell? Um, um, ha ha ha. And yeah, I remember then in the body oriented psychotherapy school, I first found out about the term polyamorous. Um, I immediately recognized myself in that, but I was in a monogamous relationship at that point, and it took us, me and my partner, years to kind of, open up that relationship. There was he was quite hurt in his previous relationships, and just things were very vulnerable for him. So I did respect that, and we only mutually opened up the relationship. And I was like, okay, great. Now maybe I can, try to see whether this idea of mutual partners will work for me, because I actually never tested it. I only had this brief, infatuations with other people where I never acted on it. So basically that was it. I tried to date people. There were some things that happened organically. I actually met some people organically through friends or work or mutual interests. And that seemed to work the best. Everyone that I met through dating apps was a total failure. Um, People were never quite how they describe themselves. Also, there was a lot of like polyamorous people that were looking for brief, very superficial relationships. And I wasn't really into that. Like, I'm your kind of, if I fall in love, I fall in love completely person. So that really didn't work for me. Um, I got disappointed here quite a lot because like I would come up, I would come in into these relationships with a very open heart, and then I realized, you know, like other people actually aren't open. They're like either looking for sex or they're actually having all these multiple relationships just to actually avoid attachment, and that was kind of worrying. I actually got to meet people the way they are. And like I actually didn't like majority of them. I was with a partner, you know, that went through therapy, same as me, and we kind of were growing together and we were working on our shit, and like um it was very easy to talk with him. It was very we set up certain standards for each other, and then ultimately for other people, that were kind of very hard to fit in. Not saying that, you know, a person should be ideal, but I actually met very few people that were, you know, willing to properly connect with me. And I understood then this is rarity. We're coming to this new age of technology where people are dating apps. Like, you know, they're like dating these AI characters. And I see more and more in the world this unwillingness, this lack of willingness to come into a relationship to grow. Like I see more and more of this, like, oh, you know, I'm looking for this person that's perfect, and but then you would have to be perfect as well, right? I am not very optimistic about where humanity is going in the dating world. I see more and more this polyamory like a very leftist movement where we are trying to rid ourselves of these negative emotions, and but not in a healthy way, not like really like dealing with these emotions, but rather faking the entire process and getting into this headspace of like, I am open to multiple relationships, I am love, you know, everything is perfect. Like, but this is not the reality of things. You know, I don't want to be dating someone like that. And I've talked actually with few people that were dating polyamorous people, and they both of my friends that actually did pinpointed this to me, that these people felt very fake. Um, this is something that I actually felt as well in relationships with them. Not all, of course. You know, we can't generalize things, but a lot, a lot of people in polyamorous circles. They also tend to fit certain boxes. I don't want to name the boxes because you're going to hate me, but they seem to tick certain boxes, and um, this is this fake morality that I was mentioning, where it's an illusion, um, and it's a delusion as well. Um, for me, I would much rather date someone who is kind of honest with who they are and what they are, um, than than dating someone who is just trying to tick certain boxes. Um, yeah. So I uninstalled all my dating apps a year or two ago. I was just like, I'm done with this. I tried to install them back recently, and I hated it, so I uninstalled it again. I do have these how would I say, like sparks of, oh, it would be great to, love someone else as well. And then I'm like, oh, wow, no. So, I mean, it's very sad. I do still believe in a concept of polyamory, but I think us as humanity at this point, we're coming to the point where successful monogamy would be a good thing. We are failing at basic things. So I mean, like going 3 steps forward into this, I can open my heart even more and love more people, is I don't think we're ready for it. I think, unfortunately, as any system that you may think of in theory is amazing, but how can we make it real in practice if we are not capable of even opening ourselves to one person? So I think in long term, polyamory is a valid thing. I think we as society we will evolve into that eventually. Um, but the trajectory of where humanity is and where is it going at the moment, I think we are going so far away from healthy human connections that we will have to go back to monogamy to establish these connections first, and then be able to do polyamory properly. But none of this is going to happen until we actually start dealing with the real issues. And the real issues are like, how can I properly love one person to start with, and then how do I open myself to several, and how do I do it in a manner where this is not an escapism from healthy connections. So that's my opinion. I was actually very, like, if you asked me 5 years ago, I was like, woo, yeah, this is the thing. But looking at society now, I am not positive. I see Gen Z has awful difficulties with connecting with people. It is frightening, and the generation after that, it is even worse. So polyamory may be a coping mechanism to escape connection. So I don't think that's good for society in total. Let me know what you think. This is my view of things, and yeah, I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't, please do subscribe to my channel. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye.